Welcome Survivor, we're back here in 7 Days to Die Alpha 20. I'm Vedui for the 2 and I wanted to bring you just a simple little melee base that you can build really early in the game. You can probably build it on the first 7 days, just make it out of cobblestone. I made it out of concrete, it's a little bit more durable, but it's not meant to keep you 100% safe. It's meant to give you the opportunity to melee those zombies, not using too much of your ammunition, but just have a little bit of a, I'm not going to call it a fair fight because you are hiding behind some bars there and making it a little bit tough for the zombies to make their way in. It's featuring those slippery slopes that zombies actually can climb up on. They can jump up on them, but they tend to jump around everything, and that just confuses them, which makes it perfect because that gives you even more opportunities to just bash their heads in. And it's just a simple base, but I really enjoy these bases because it allows me to melee, and I really like that. Running around is fun as well, but sometimes you want to have a little bit more safety because you might be getting overrun otherwise. So definitely consider trying this out. This is just one way of doing it. There's a lot of variants, of course, you can do. I'm just trying to show you the basic concept. And if you enjoy my base builds, make sure to hit that thumbs up like button, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so actually you'll be notified when I'm putting out my videos. And building this base is actually really simple. We're going to start with laying it out here. We're going to have 2, 4. You can actually make this one solid if you want to. I'm not going to do that. We're going to go up to, we're going to have it basically 4 high. So we're going to do this 3, 4, connected. Sort of like the skeleton of a small little building here. And of course, like I said, you can make this entirely solid if you want to. It can help sometimes, but it's not necessarily needed. The hardest part is actually finding the correct shape. So the main shape we're going to use here is the wedge 60 tip and the wedge 60 for the sides here. And I'm going to show you one side and then I'm going to do on my own and just cut it out. You basically rotate it something like this, put it all the way up here. Then you have the tip, and see if I can copy that. Yes, you get that connected, and because I have done other stuff, this works fine. And then of course you do need to fill out a little bit here, like so. And that's actually incorrect because that looks a little bit worse. Let me take that out. I meant actually to use this one, like so. And then you do the same thing here. You have this one, like so. And then you have this one, like so. So I'm going to do that on all sides, and then we're going to look at the corners because those are painful. So this is the last blocks, and now we have sort of this little small little pyramid. We do want to do the corners though, and I found those ones to be a little bit more annoying actually to get correct. So let's see here. We have at the top we have the wedge 60 slope corner 02, very important. We also have, let's see, below that I think is the wedge. See what it's called, wedge 60 slope corner 1. We have the wedge 60 slope corner 3, and we wedge 60 slope corner 4. So the way you do these is that you at the top you put this one down, you put this, then you do the same thing here, same thing here, and here and here, and these ones goes, oh come on, yes, like this. So you basically have this kind of shape all around, so it's like the slippery slopes all over. And let me finish these ones. Remember it's the wedge 60 slope corner 01 to 4. Now at the top here, because we haven't filled this out, you probably want to have some way of shooting down in case there is something that breaks and they end up below you. So these ones would work pretty well. It means that if they do break through, we can actually stand here and just shoot down and take care of them. It can actually happen that they break through, but you know, that's one of those things. It is a melee base. You shouldn't expect it to be perfect. We also have this pole 3-way corner that we're going to put up here. Let's put this one here. I'm going to put it all over the place here. And 2 high is generally enough. Now on the last side, you can sort of decide how you want to do this. Okay, this one is not the correct one. We want to have the regular pole. We're going to turn that around. And let me put this like this. That basically makes it the cage itself that goes around you. And that helps to keep you safe because the zombies actually don't really see it as an obstruction, so they will try to come up and then you can bash through them. Of course, they might eventually be nerfed, but you know, we'll deal with that when and if that actually does happen. Something like this. And how do you get out of here? Well, really good question. You can just do something like, let's do a frame, but just, you know, put it down, you get up, and you can come in and out like this. I haven't really bothered with having a fancy way in because this should be more than enough. Okay, come on, can you jump up here? See, jumping here, this is what actually happens to the zombies. Let me try to get up here. Oh, this is exactly what happens to the zombies. They have problems coming up here because they actually can. But the same thing that was happening to me, they can't actually jump wherever they want to. So when they're standing down here, they actually can't jump up here. So they actually get a little bit stuck, and yeah, a little bit of a pain to get in. But then again, you're actually only getting in before the Blood Moon Horde, unless you're doing a Screamer Horde or something like this. And yeah, this is pretty much it. And now we have our beautiful but really simple base all made up. Of course, I've painted it to have to look a little bit better to be attractive to those zombies. And if you're going to be, you know, a star in the ring, then of course you have to have something that looks good as well. So we have that slippery slope, which has that really weird mechanic where zombies can jump up there, but they tend to sort of avoid doing that, which is really weird. We have the bar inside, which prevents zombies from actually getting into you. We don't have a roof, so vultures can and will be attacking you, but that's part of the fun as well. And we have a way to shoot down into it in case they break through any of the blocks and end up pooling below. We probably should have kept a hatch there, or could have kept a hatch there to throw down pipe bombs or something like that. But, you know, it's not strictly necessary for a simple base like this. But does it actually work? Well, let's put in some feral ladies here. Let's do that. They're going to be coming up to see if they... See, they sort of come up and they sort of jump up, and then she's here. Basher, you see, she's standing here. She's coming up. She's coming up. Oh, she's standing there, and he's there. And she did make it over. That's really rare. But it does happen. Again, part of the fun. We're not trying to make this a totally safe base. We're trying to make this base where you have to melee all the zombies. And was that all of them? It was. So of course, if you're getting tons of them, that might end up being, you know, a little bit of a problem, but that's part of the fun. You could make this a lot safer if you wanted to, but that's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to give you a little bit of a challenge, saving your, there we go, saving some of that ammo, and giving you some fun in the process. They do sometimes get stuck here, not a problem. You just make sure you hit them the right way, and you get some loot sometimes. A little bit difficult to grab the loot though, but you know, hey, you get it after the Blood Moon Horde. So how does the Blood Moon Horde work? Well, why don't we try it out? So I'm going to do set time. Let's do 70 and 2158. Let's see what we end up as far as game stage. We're at 168 game stage. So let's get some first aid. Maybe some of that. Maybe some 7.62. Let's see what happens here. First one coming in. All right, there, that one goes away. First victim here, second victim, third one coming in. Of course, they are likely to come from the same direction most of the time, but they can actually circle around as they are sort of trying to figure out where they want to go up. I don't know why he's there. He's burning. Good. He's set on fire. Him is killed. And you notice that this size is good enough for me to basically move back and forth. That sort of allows me to avoid some of the damage that I might take otherwise. Again, I will be taking some damage. I haven't really spec'd this character into melee, so that's why it's taking a little bit more damage and I'm not really healing. But if at least if you have a little bit of a good spec... Oh, you made it across. Well, that's fine. Few of them do. That just increases the I guess the challenge factor. See, sometimes they get stuck down there. Not necessarily a problem. See, I had jumped off. But it does mean there will be a little bit of damage around, but you know, personally I don't care. Any melee base is going to have a little bit of damage taken to the structure simply because you are not killing them fast enough. You're not killing them with traps or anything. Oh, we have a demolisher. Come on here, demolisher. Let's see what happens to you when you get up here. The demolisher, you want to be careful like anything to make sure that they don't actually... Oh, he fell down. Come on, demolisher. Okay, let's bash him here. Yes. You don't want to set off that. There we go. Take off his head and problem is solved. So you see, I took a little bit of damage in the beginning, probably partially the vulture and the ones that jumped in. And beyond that, you know, this is working really well. I'm not really having any problem with keeping them at an arm's length. A little bit of movement back and forth so that they minimize how much they're actually able to attack me. If I move over here, I wonder if they're going to try to go around. No, they're not. Oh, he actually did jump up. No problem. Let's knock him down again. It does mean that you have to play actively. You can't just sit back. This is not an AFK base. This is definitely not an AFK base. Take out you. No. Okay, let's do that. Give him a little bit of a whack there. Hit you. You're down. And the nice thing is that the heads are pretty well where you're bashing anyway, which makes it a little bit easier. And if they're down there, then you can take the legs, which also works. Take you down. Take you down. And if you really wanted to, you know, you could stand here and shoot as well. It works okay as just a shooting base as well because you're really safe. It's not perfect. Oh, you made it over. No problem. Let's take you out as well. Let's do that as well. Did not manage to take off his head. We're now about an hour in. I've lost a little bit of hit points. Nothing a heal won't resolve. And let's bash him there. Bash her there. Having something that potentially bleeds might be helpful. Having where you're setting them on fire is also super useful. But you can definitely do this all night long. Oh, we're getting another demolisher. No an issue. Just take them out, and she's there. She's out. She's down for the count. Oh, he made it in. Well. Oh, this is how you get that epic boss loot. Oh, actually, it wasn't terribly good. Now you could actually upgrade all this to steel if you wanted to, but you know. Oh, hello, sir. But you don't necessarily have to do that. Maybe if you're really doing this late game, or even more zombies, in which case you probably want to have a third layer so you even further minimize the amount of zombies that might actually be jumping over, because it does happen now that if you have another layer, I think it'll be extremely rare. They still could if they're getting up on top of each other. Okay, let's do this. Stop, everyone stop. Right. And let's do this. Let's have a look at the damage that is taken. You see the poles? A little bit, like 100, couple of hundred. This one a little bit more, I think, because it's the corner one. Takes a little bit more, but we've been out for 1 hour 40 minutes. You see, look at these. A little bit, not too much. This one is taking a lot more. And again, you could repair some of these ones depending on the angle, but it might be a little bit difficult until the morning. And again, this is why having steel might help. So some of them will take a little bit more damage, and I think this one, because they're coming from this side, so they're more likely to get stuck here, because they do get stuck once in a while. But even if one breaks, you know, who cares? If this one is down, it means that you might be more likely to see them here, because they're not going to slip down, but they're not going to come in. Because even if you take out this one, they're still not going to be able to make it in. So it's not like the whole base is going to be failing. So why don't you give this a try? You might enjoy it. Having a nice little melee base that just breaks up the monotony of always having, you know, shooting them ranged or having all the traps taken care of them. I personally enjoy melee, so I definitely would suggest trying this one out.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the Vedui community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.